A simple quick analysis on the IFB 2023 6.5. That's the full name of that infrastructure bond that is currently on issue in Kenya. This name forms three parts. The first part is the IFB. That is the name or the type of that bond, an infrastructure bond. The middle part, that is 2023. That is the year when that bond was issued, the original issue of that bond. Then the third part, the numerical value 6.5, that is the horizon of that bond as per the original issue. That is the structure of a name of any bond on issue. The first part shows the type of the bond. The second part shows the year when that bond was issued. And the third part, the numerical value, is the horizon or the maturity period of the bond. We have an IFB. The 2023 6.5 bond has been reopened. What do we mean by reopening a bond? A reopened bond is a previously issued bond that has been offered for auction or reopened for auction in the primary market. We are not purchasing in the stock exchange. We are purchasing again direct from the central bank. Some important information to note is that, one, the pricing of this bond. A reopened bond will have a price that is higher than the original bond in terms of the hundreds. You'll be required to pay the cumulated or the accrued interest on that bond, because remember, bonds pay biannually, 2 times in a year. This specific bond, the IFB 2023 6.5, has been structured to pay your coupons in May and November each year. Today, we are in July. This bond has been issued for auction up to August 14th, and you are required to have cleared your payment or payment for the bids that you shall make by 16th of August. The coupon was paid in May. So already there is some accrued interest or coupon on this bond up to date. Remember, the next payout is in November. So what will happen is that the price or the amount that you pay, if you are investing the minimum of 50,000, the amount that you will be required to pay is not just 50,000. It will slightly be above 50,000 because your price is paid at 104.98%, which makes it 104 shillings per 100. Each 100 you'll be required to pay 104. The 4.98 stands for the accrued amount of interest for the dates from May to date, or to 16th August when the auction closes. The reason why you are paying for the accrued interest is that you will be so that you are equated to any other investor in that platform, because the coupon payments remain the same. In November this year, you will be paid like any other investor who bought the original bond. So you are paying the accrued amount, but it shall be paid in November back to you. Another thing that is very important in a reopened bond is matching, goal matching. Investment or savings and investment need not be arbitrary. We invest and we save and invest for non-purpose. There is a goal behind every investment. There is a goal behind every saving. So in this particular, we must be very specific on the redemption dates of our bonds. The redemption date is a specific date when your bond shall mature and the capital that you invested in that bond paid back to you or wired to your settlement account. The settlement account is the account that you gave to central bank, or the one that you use to pay for the bids that you make. It is the same accounts to which the redeemed amounts shall be wired to, and also the coupons are paid to that particular account. The reason why we are looking at the specific redemption date of a bond is that bonds are redeemed in bits. Not all bonds that have been bidded and successfully paid for, they don't all mature at the same time. The government has a debt management plan policy for every bond on issue, and that consequently makes or creates effective bonds within that one bond that has been issued. For example, or before we get to the example, that is primarily what we call the redemption structure. And when we will include the coupons repayment dates, that gives us the amortization structure. I will attach or I will fix links on how redemption structures, amortization structures, and how to open a CSD account and the THOW application, the THOW CSD application or platform in the description part of this video. You can check. If you don't have a CSD account, you can check a short video on how to create one. To understand the redemption structure, the amortization structure, click those links. There are short videos that will explain you to understand that. So a bond will effectively be defined by its maturity date, its redemption date. The maturity or horizon of a bond is from when it has been issued and paid for up to when it is redeemed. So because of the proportionate or the percentage redemption of bonds, it creates effective bonds within one bond. And in particular, in the case of the IFB 2023 6.5, all bonds bidded and paid for that are up to 1 million of investment, they shall be redeemed 100% in May 2027. All of them. So that effectively tells you that if you are going to invest an amount, any amount up to 1 million, you shall get back that investment. The capital of your investment shall fully be redeemed or paid back to you or in May 2027. So from today, you have about 3.5 years an horizon for your bond, while others will have 5.5 years for their bond. So knowing that period is very important because it enables you to plan for a purposed investment. So that means anyone who has a purpose or a goal that materializes in 4 years, this is a good bond for them so long as they are investing an amount that is less than $1 million. Because before that time, a few months to that time, you will have redeemed, the government will have redeemed the entire amount back to you. What do we mean by the word redemption? Redemption simply means buying back their loan. So once you have purchased a bond, you have lent the government money. When the government is during the redemption, the government buys back that loan by giving you back your investment or your capital for that particular investment. And within that period to the redemption date, you'll be receiving your interest payouts, which we call coupons. So coupon is just a technical term that refers to interest. And interest is what you pay for using other people's money. That categorically distinguishes or brings out the two general ways of investing. You are either going to invest in debt capital, where debt capital is where you extend or you lend capital to a borrower or a user, a business. They are supposed to use that money but return it to you on a specified future date, and within this period they are supposed to pay you interest because of using your money. The other form of investment is when you offer equity capital, Where in equity capital, that is a perpetual investment. You are not supposed to be paid back that money. It's supposed to be part of the permanent capital of that business. So in exchange, you are given a portion of that business, a piece of the business that we call share capital. And with pieces that you will have bought to form your portion, those pieces are what we call shares or equities. In other terms, we call them common stocks. Back to our IFB, and we have looked at the goal matching, where you match your purpose for the investment and the period, with a maturity period for that bond. So another thing that is very important, we have looked at the accrued interest that you will be required to top up on the price that you want to bid, and that the full amount shall be paid in November, where during the second coupon payment. It is important we understand compounding and the importance of compounding in respect to bonds. Compounding is a phenomenon. A compounding is where your interest, your coupons or returns on your investment are placed back in other investments or placed on investment to continue also generating money. One distinction between saving and investing in that, once you have identified an investment, throughout the term of that investment, all returns from that investment need to be reinvested or plowed back in investments in order for us to realize the benefit of the Rule 72 and the age rule. Rule 72, we use it to determine the period that it shall take you investment to double. And for that one, we take 72, we divide by the rate of return for that particular investment. In this case, we are talking of the IFB 2023-625. This is a bond that has a coupon of 17.99. That's approximately 18%. So that means if we take 72 divided by 18, it will take us 4 years for our investment to double in compounding. Meaning that all the coupons that we are getting out of this investment within that period, they must be reinvested in other opportunities or in that opportunity, but realizing at least the same rate of return. Then we have the hedge rule. And the hedge rule gives the balance of your portfolio. It balances or it defines the proportion, the percentage of your portfolio that should sit in low risk investments and the percentage that should be in high risk investments. So with your age, your specific age, that is the percentage, proportion of your portfolio that should be in low risk investments such as bonds. If you defy that rule, then it means you are losing an opportunity to grow your money. Because we say the younger you are, the higher or the better you are in taking risk investments. So when you are young, a smaller proportion of your portfolio should be in risk-free or low-risk investments, and the higher percentage should be in risk investments such as equity. So in short, we are looking at the proportion of your portfolio that should be in debt instruments and the proportion of your portfolio that should be in equity investments. So in this case, you look at your age. Your age should be the proportion that sits in debt instruments because those are low risk investments. Then take 100 minus your age. That gives you the proportion of your portfolio that should be in equity investments. The rationale for that is that the younger you are, the better chance you have for recovering if you are to lose your investment in risk investments. A very important element to look at infrastructure bonds in particular is the laziness tax. I choose to call it that because Investment in the primary market for bond investments has been made very easy. You can invest in the primary market at the comfort of your vehicle, at the comfort of your bed, at the comfort of your house. It is so convenient to invest in the primary bond market because it requires your phone. It requires an access to the TheDHOW CSD platform where you shall place your bids, get notifications for successful bidding, pay for those bids or transfer for payment of the bids, and you're good and dry. What that saves you, infrastructure bonds are tax-free. The incomes or the returns that you get from the infrastructure bonds are not subjected to any withholding tax. But if you are to invest the same amount in a money market fund, in a fixed income fund, all those particular funds, where majority of us are keeping our investments, those funds are taxed at a withholding rate of 15%, regardless of where the fund manager has invested the money, including the fund manager investing in an infrastructure bond that is tax-free. So ideally, if you transfer the money that is sitting in your money market fund, perhaps I don't tell you to exhaust it because you need an emergency amount. You need an emergency fund. But the proportion that you can transfer to the primary market, that one will save you the 15% withholding tax, because directly in the market, you will not pay, or no tax shall be withheld from all that return. All the coupons shall be paid to you. Another thing that you will save on is the management fees and any other fees, because some fund managers do charge ledger fees, others will charge initial investment fees, but all of them do charge a management fee, which is capped at 2% of that investment. So you will also save a 2% on the management fees that are charged by the fund managers if you opt to choose to invest directly in the primary market. So that means in total you are saving 19% of charges that would have been effected on your returns. So effectively to say that this bond is giving you a general coupon of 18%. But because of taking advantage to save on laziness tax, to save on or to weed out, to remove the middleman and venture directly into the primary market, you are going to attract a return of effectively 22% of that investment, which is a beautiful return. If you want to understand how to create a CSD account, check the link in the description of this video. You are going to get a link to a short video that is giving you ways to how to open a CSD account. It will also give you another link on how to understand the redemption structure, the amortization structure, another one to the bond market, and also one to the TheDHOW CSD platform application. Lastly but not the least, investing in IFB bonds gives you an option for potential bond laddering. That may apply generally to all bonds, but in particular for the infrastructure bonds, these are long-term instruments and they give you higher returns because of the tax element. You choose different bonds that mature on different years or have different horizons, and they are paying out their coupons in different months. For instance, right now there are two reopened bonds. One is that the IFB 2023 6.5, which is paying its coupons in May and November. We have another IFB 2023 17, which is paying coupon rate of 14.9%, and the coupons are paid out in March and September. So if you are to invest in those two bonds, it means you will have an income or a coupon paid in March, you will have another coupon in May, you will have another coupon in September, and you will have another coupon in November, meaning that 4 months in a year, you'll be receiving a coupon. If you buy several other bonds covering the other months, it means that consequently, you will be having an income, a passive income on a monthly basis. That is what we simply call bond laddering. Purchasing bonds, different bonds that mature on different horizons, paying their coupons in different months that cover a whole year, ensuring that you get a passive return on a yearly basis. Thank you for watching the video. If you are new here, kindly subscribe. Give us a comment and give us a thumbs up to that video. Thank you.